Terry 4, Ethan Cook 7, Tyson O'Neill 1, Joshua Johans 8. And we're back. Just looking at the lineups.
Welcome to the game between New South Wales
For New South Wales.
Victoria on my right. Now please remind everyone to remain quiet while the ball is in play and keep your mobile phone
Do my best.
Victoria will start with the ball. Quiet please. Centre.
Numbers quite properly on New South Wales. For Victoria, got the usual 3, so we've got Claire in the middle. I'm on the right. Claire goes down the line and into the 7. And that's
into 4. Did I have it on mute? I'm doing all my best commentating and no one could hear me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, Perry in from A. Going down the line towards Wickens, who lets it go through on the 1. That's a nice little throw straight down the line. That's going to be 3-1 now to New South Wales. This is New South Wales youth, not New South Wales women. Okay, Whelan going all the way to C, going in at about 7. Having a crack off the legs then of O'Neill, but cleaned up by Perry. Perry again taking the ball. She's gone 1 metre in, this time back towards the centre. Probably got it at about 3, closer to 4. Whelan cleans up, gives it to Wickens. Wickens again down the line. Probably, when I say down the line, she threw it in about 2 metres and got it to about 7 at the other end. O'Neill gets that, cleans it up, comes out this way, straight at the middle. Over at 4, 4.5, taken by Whelan, given to Carter. Carter close to the post here, tries to go across court into 9, misses. Ball dropped in for Perry. Perry's giving it a throw down the line again, past Wickens into the post. Wickens left the centre, unfortunately, and probably a little bit crooked in her lineup. Got a timeout for Victoria, probably giving Ivy a little bit of a break and maybe a bit of a pep talk. She's done well so far. Looking across to the other side. I've got to move this way a bit, Rob. We've got 8:59 on the other side, and it's 5-0. Do we know who's playing on the other side, Michael?
Oh, let me check for you.
It's New South Wales on.
It's the 2 junior teams, Waratahs and
Okay. Well, that this looks like the Waratahs because they look like the
yeah,
team that I saw before on the other side.
yeah, Waratahs and Kookaburras.
Well, Waratahs are giving the Kookaburras a bath, 5-0. That's what we view. Okay, out on this side here, we've got Claire. Whelan got the ball right over at C. She's tried again to go for that 8, but cleaned up by Perry. Perry 1 metre in. She's going to keep going straight. Misses it this time. Gets it about 3. Out to Whelan. Cleans it up. Gives it to Carter, who's there now. Carter trying to throw down the line, but misses the post at 9 by about a metre. By about 4 metres, really. Okay. Johansson coming across to get the ball. And throwing down this line here, straight at Wickens, who manages to get her feet to it, deflects it forward. Whelan has to chase. Gives to Brooke. This could be anything now. This is going to be blocked out. Probably the best result. Because it was going to be a penalty otherwise. Okay, ball's going to C on the far side, or A, really. Again, gone over Johansson. Coming back, and he's going to throw straight into this hole again, over the top of Whelan and over the top of Wickens as a result. New South Wales have quickly worked out where Wickens is, and they're just going to aim for her. Okay, Whelan from about A. Tries to go across a little bit, gets it into about 5. Cleaned up by O'Neill. Back to Zara. Perry. Perry throwing it from the A side, getting it into about 2 or 3. Kicked up by Whelan as she went to chase it. The whistle goes. Ball over. Perry again now on the far side for New South Wales. Gives it this time to O'Neill, who goes back to the middle. Tries to throw a bounce ball into about 3. Cleaned up again by Whelan, who throws back to Carter, who then throws straight up the line into 9. Possibly about 8. Over the top of Perry. And the peanut gallery go nuts. 5-2 the score now, from what I can tell. We've still got 6 and lots to go. We've got Perry taking a lot of the throws for New South Wales so far. Decides to go down the line. Didn't quite get it there. Just ball slightly out. We've got Carter now from C. Goes down the line into that 8 hole, hoping for the same result. Not quite. Perry awaked it this time. She's going to take the ball. Coming across the court now. Into like the 6. Taken at the hands of Whelan. Gives it to Wickens. Wickens now. Drops it down. Into about the 4 range. Taken by Neil. Gives it to Johansson. Johansson working out what he wants to do. Goes to the post. Goes a narrow diagonal. Got it to about 2. Deflected forward by Wickens. And out. Wickens again. This time decides to go cross court. Not quite getting it there. Into the feet of O'Neill. Probably took that right on the tee. He throws in the middle. Goes into the hole and well cleaned up by Wickens. That would have been at 7. Beaten Whelan. Whelan throwing to the middle, little slightly wide. Goes into that 7 gap. Misses O'Neill, but gets Perry, who backs him up. Perry throwing it back towards the centre, probably close to 4. Cleaned up by Whelan. Out to Wickens. Wickens again throwing it across. This time going all the way across court, but throwing it out just after the high ball line. So not quite even making it to the court. Perry gives it to Johansson. Going to take it from the other side. Come cross court. Narrow diagonal over the top of Whelan and into the goal. 6-2 to New South Wales. 4:30 on the clock still. Whelan again throwing, Wickens, again throwing across court. Missing the centre, but getting Perry on the far side. Perry now again throwing it from about 2 metres in. Decided to come cross court, narrow diagonal. Probably got it to about 6. Picked up by Whelan, given over to Carter. Carter on the seaside now. She tries to go down the line. Probably got it to a 7 on the feet of O'Neill. Thinks he's going to have a throw himself. From the middle, but not quite. Again, going straight this time. Off the legs of Whelan. And blocked out. Carter, C, right on the post. Tried to go down the line, straight out. Perry wants to go across court, wants to give it to Johansson, who now has to run a long way back, about 2 metres in. He's going to go in a straight line. Into 8, off the hands, the 8, 9, off the hands of Wickens and straight in the back of the goal. 7-2. Whelan with the ball. Probably from the middle. Little bit on seaside. Goes out towards 9. Blocked away by Perry. Perry at the post. Throws it across court into the narrow diagonal, hitting at 6. Ball being blocked out by Whelan and out. Wickens with the ball now. Needs to get rid of it quickly. And does. Down the line. Probably heading towards 1. Cleaned up easily by Johansson. He's thinking to himself, this is easy. I haven't had to make a block. He goes down the line into that 8. 2, actually. No, 8. I got it right the first time. Anyway, easily cleaned up by Wickens. Wickens goes across court into 7. Picked up by O'Neill, who goes back to Wickens, who's good enough to stop it at 7. She goes back across that court again, probably closer to the tee. Let's call it a 5. Down the line throw from Johansson, a beautiful throw. That makes it 8-2. Going to be very interesting whether we hold out till half time, but we've still got 2 minutes and 40 to go. Okay, Wickens down the line, 1. Johansson taking it. Does he want to pass? He does not. He wants to go down the line, but misses his objective by a metre. Wiggins again. Throws it this time towards B, straight over the tee. O'Neill now. I can guess where this one's going to go. He tries again, goes out. It's on the 7 side. Wiggins is doing a great job. Didn't get the full control. No, was thinking about passing it, but she's not going to. Wiggins this time takes the throw. Throws out about the front of the court. On the far side, aim towards 9, but probably not a bad idea. Get the ball away from her. Perry. She going to go cross court? She's aiming for it. And she does. Straight at Wiggins again. Taken by Whelan at about 7. Gives it over to Carter, who's about 2 metres in on the seaside. She's aiming to throw out, and she does. Not as far as I thought it was going to be, though. But she's managed to put it out anyway. Ball dropped in at Perry. Perry's got Johansson for company. He decided he's going to take the ball, come back out this way, throws it into the centre, taken at about 5 by Whelan. Whelan gives it over to Carter. Carter again, 2 metres in. She's aiming that way. Now hooks it this way a little bit. Gets it to about 8. Stopped by Perry. Between Perry and O'Neill, they work it out. Perry now with the ball. She goes in, tries to go cross court, but probably got it at 4. Into Whelan, who gives it to Carter. Carter's going to go straight out, about the halfway line. Trying to throw down the line, but she's certainly not aiming for it. Perry, 2 metres in. Coming across court, into 6. Taken by Whelan, gives it to Wickens. Wickens, a metre in on this side. Goes across court a bit, probably got it to 6 on the far side. O'Neill on his legs, thinks I'll have a throw. Goes straight towards what he thought was a hole, but it's not. Whelan closes it at about 6. Gives it to Wickens. Wickens again. Straight to Perry, who will take that easily on his feet. Gives it out to Johansson. Is he going to come down the line, or is he going to throw it inside? He's aiming for out, and he throws it straight out. I don't even know if that made it out before his high. I think it made it out before his high ball line. Carter comes across. Carter's given Wickens a bit of relief. O'Neill. He has worked it out, I think. Went to the far side, got it there, and unfortunately for Wickens, in the back of the net. 9-2 to the bad guys. Okay, Carter throwing it down the line. Oh, there was a chance of a gap. There might still be a chance. No, kicked across the goal. Kicked across the goal line. Perry again on the far side, throwing from A. Coming all the way across this side. That's off the post, off the legs, and back off the body and out. Okay, Carter. Trying to go across court, but missing it. I'd say she got that at about 3, but back return ball straight back to her, and she gets it. Referee asking for a bit of a clarification, but I'm not sure what she's after. No, that's all right. It's all done. Okay, Carter again. This time getting it into 3, and that's blocked out by O'Neill. Johansson. Far side. Tries to go down the line. And the girls have made it to half time. The 9-2 scoreline. We're hoping for a New South Wales sub. Because that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh,
Give the team a run.
yeah,
They're only up by 9 goals to 2.
yeah, they've played so many competitions, who've had subs.
We've got a large contingent of New South Wales people just invaded our territory. There must be nothing on the other side worth watching, Michael, because they're all over here. You're in court 2, day 2. Forgotten what game this is, but it's about number 4 of GM22. Vicks are doing well. They're holding into it. 9-2 at the break. 2 minutes and change before the half starts again. Number of Queenslanders down there just making a whole lot of, making a nuisance of themselves. Hey, is it an 8 o'clock start on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It is too. Because then it's 9:05, 10:15 and 11:30. 8 o'clock start. Oh, I might struggle to get here at 8 o'clock. We'll see. Might not be here for the first juniors game. Bad luck, Mikey. You can take that one. Finals on Sunday, don't forget. Double round or a reasonably round robin for all teams.
Plus a couple extras.
48 seconds before the half concludes. At this point, I'm just trying to see the New South Wales team. We've still got 8, we've still got 7, and we've still got 4. So there's no change. 8, 1, and 4 it is actually. So I don't think there's been any change. I do see another person on the bench there. He's worried that they're not far in front enough to put the other person on. Vic girls, of course, have no substitutions. Whistle's gone for the siren. And just got to work out the other player in the youth. Oh, it's Ethan Cook. Yeah, so they're sticking with the New South Wales players at the moment. And the little Ethan from South Australia is not getting a run. Sorry about the cough there. No substitutions. Everything's still in order. Tyson in the middle. Looks like he's going to take the first throw for New South Wales. Moves across just a little bit. Tries to bounce it past Ivy into the 2-3 hole, and does. And at what point will New South Wales make that substitution? Okay, Claire. Yeah, Claire. Whelan throwing the ball from roughly the middle, getting it into about the 9. Taken up by Perry. Perry will get the ball dropped in at her feet. Yeah, not quite. Probably not the best drop. Force her to go in about 2 metres. She's coming across the court here to Brooke Carter. Carter taking the ball at about 8, maybe even 9 from the post. She goes across court into 7, closer to 6, taken by O'Neill, who gives it out to Johansson. Pretty horrible pass, but Johansson makes the best of it. He's going to throw that straight out. Nearly takes out the photographer. Carter on this side. Looking to go cross court. No, goes down the line. Probably throws into about 2. Oh, that was a very lazy defensive effort by Johansson. Not in though. Still managed to block it out. Anyway, he's going to take it from the post. He's going to go narrow diagonal into about the 7. Taken by Whelan. She blocks it out, but goes and gets the ball. Don't have to. Referee insisting the ball being bounced. It doesn't need to be, given that they've gone and picked it up. Okay, that's straight into B and connected by O'Neill. He's decided he's going to come out this way into the gap. Oh, a bit loose, but helped out. Into 6 there, helped out. Carter helping out her friend, Whelan. Sounds like the sub. Maybe I didn't hear it right. Anyway, Johansson out. Taken by the referee. Okay, so the ball in at A from Carter. Going across court, probably into the 6. Easily on the feet of O'Neill. Too slow to worry him. Perry now passes it off. She decides to come across court as well. Off the hands of Whelan, nearly over the top of Carter, but not quite. She stops it just before it goes over the line. Tries to return a cross ball, but misses to the court. Somewhere between the high ball and the front line. Perry on the far side, A. Goes down the line this time, probably into that 7 space, 6, sorry, 2, down the line. Taken by Wiggins? Wiggins? Oh, it's horrible. I've forgotten the name already. Perry on the far side there, given over to Johansson. He's going to throw it down the line, I think. And I'm right. Actually, probably closer to the centre. Big deflection. Not very well done then by Whelan, but at least she was able to deflect it over to Carter. Carter throwing it in towards 3. Picked up by O'Neill. He's easily taken that. He thinks he's going to have a throw himself. Goes close to the centre and close enough for Whelan to miss. And goes straight in. Untouched. We've got 11-2. Still no movement on the subs bench. No, definitely no movement on the subs bench for New South Wales. So I think they're just thinking, let's just get the mercy and fight another day. Carter going down the line. Oh, is that a goal? Not quite. Was sort of kicked to Perry, who then went back to O'Neill. Between the two, somehow they've managed to mess it up from 6 between Whelan and thing. And it's over. With a colossal 9 minutes and I can't see because they went too early on me, but it was at least 9 minutes to go. Got a little bit of time before our next game. In fact, we're not going to do the next game because it's a junior. So we're taking a bit of a break while we sort of help out. And then we will be back sometime around 3:30, I think. Is that right?
Yep, 3:30 sounds right.
3:30. Excellent.
3:30. Oh, hang on. No, next is a men's game.
Here.
Yep.
Have I got that wrong?
Yeah, WA men versus New South
Okay, and we're back. Just checking that we are back. And we're back with a men's game. And I have misplaced, probably not, it's probably here somewhere. He was holding down the map, the monocular. I was going to say, be under the. So we've got West Australia over here. And for West Australia, I'll try to get the numbers in order. But I think number 1 is Tarn 2, number 4 is Daniel Morris, number 5 is Ben Rowe. And on the bench for them is definitely number 9, Sali Otsis. And I think that's it for them. Ryan is not playing. New South Wales, we have number 1, Stefan Nero. Number 4, I think, is Jacob Jameson. And we've got number 3, who is Robbie Dunia. I need to check out that final name for New South Wales. Jackson Bailey, number 7. But I know it's all wrong. West Australia with the ball. It comes out here to Morris. Leaves it for 2. He's going to throw it from C. Throws it down the line in towards about 8. Picked up by Barry there. Barry or Dunia? Just going to check. I will check. He throws it back towards 2, who picks it up at about 3. Does quite well. Nero moved into the middle. Yeah, it looks like Dunia in 3. Does look like Barry though. He throws back towards 3 where Morris cleans up, gives off to 2. 2 throwing back towards the centre, getting it to 6. Picked up by Nero. Off to Jacobson, who throws in towards Morris at 5. He cleans it up, decides he's going to throw his own ball. So he does, throws it into about 3. Cleaned up between Jacobson. Sneaking suspicion all the numbers are wrong. So anyway, Rowe from A, throwing it into 3. Picked up by Nero. Gives it to Jacobson, who comes back down the line into 2. Probably closer to 7 feet of Rowe, who gives it off to Tun. Goes out to the other side on C. He's going to throw down the line into 8. Gotten there by Dunia. Dunia now goes out to the line at A, coming back straight into 1 and picked up by 2. 2 controls his own ball, goes in about 2 metres. Throwing from 3, going across a bit and into 7. Quick return there and straight back into 1 from Nero. 2 again. 3 metres in on the seaside. Goes down the line. Bit of a fracture, but all reasonably controlled. I reckon that's Barry. No, it says Junior. Does look like Barry. Blocked out by Rowe, but he's gone and collected his own ball, taken it in. He's going down the line into about 2. Picked up there by Jacobson, who looks like he's going to throw from the line. Throws inside, narrow diagonal, probably got it to about 4, straight on the chest of Morris, who gives it out to 2. 2 goes out. Onto the wing there, throws in a narrow diagonal into about 7. Picked up here by Dunia. Dunia down the line. Sorry, cross court, straight across court. Would have hit 9 from where he was 9. Down the line ball into 2. This one again threw it from out, but it was a narrow diagonal. Probably threw it into about 8 by the time he sort of finished it up. So it was all good. Okay. Tarn's come across to get the ball. He's going to walk over to the seaside. Tried to go across court, but missed everything and missed by a long way. Okay, so the ball's coming in on the seaside, New South Wales with Jacobson. I reckon he'll throw a narrow diagonal. I'm kind of right. Didn't get it right though. Threw it into about 5. Easy pickings there for Morris, who gives it to Rowe. Rowe coming in about 3 metres, deciding to do a discus throw. Throws to about 2. Cleaned up easily by Jacobson. I'm not sure if it's Jacobson. I really need to get these numbers right at New South Wales. Again, a narrow diagonal. Quite nice quick throw. Picked up by Morris quickly because it went into 5. He's returned it back to the winger where it came, but they were easily cleaning that up. Okay, Lowry, Junior again, bounce ball. Basically throwing it from AB. Got it into about 3. Cleaned up between Morris and 2. 2 doing the same thing, back the other way. Probably through from 2, got it 8. Down the line from 1. Getting it into about 2. Easily picked up by Tantu. He's going to go into about 3. Tries to throw it. Yeah, narrow diagonal. Probably got it to 4. Right in the middle of the chest. Picked up by Nero. Gives it back to Dowry, who throws from 1 and gets it. Probably back at 4. Tried to get the narrow diagonal. Missed it straight at the centre. Morris is going to take this one from about 7. Back into 4. Everyone's throwing it into the middle. Nero. Jacobson. Jacobson from 3. From 2. Through to about 6. In from Rowe, who's gone and cleaned that up. He's throwing from 2. Going across the court into 7. Narrow. Picked up by Nero. Controlled. Gives it out to his friend over there in what looks like Barry, but I reckon it's going to be Dunia. Dunia's thrown from 1. Gets it into about 2, 2.5. Cleaned up by Tarn 2. And now he's working it from the 1. Tries to go down the line into 8, but cleaned up and easily there for Barry. Barry again he's coming across court, going on the narrow diagonal, went from 1, probably got it to about 5. Morris now with this one, taking it on the feet, cleaned it, controlled it, got it in, went from 4, got the ball up in the air and over the top. 4, threw it out to 3. Missed the centre, probably got a little bit of a deflection, not sure, but it was off the feet there of Jacobson. Barry, this is Nero throwing this from throwing that one from 7, from 2 and throwing it into 7. Unfortunately, it was long, even though it was controlled. The first penalty of the game, Tarn 2 with the ball in the middle. Nero to defend. Goes straight at him. Tried to throw a cross-court ball from 2, threw it into 7, but unfortunately that's where Stefan Nero was standing. Turns out, threw it straight at him. Sometimes we can overcomplicate things. Jacobson from 1 into 8, 7, cleaned up easily by Rowe. Rowe again going back out to 1. He goes down the line into 1. Sorry. Yeah, threw it into one. Correct. From 9, threw it into one. Sorry, it was a straight ball, really, just a slightly inside, but a mistake there by Jacobson and into the goals. 1-0. First goal to West Australia. Jacobson threw it from about 8. From about 2 into 4 into 5. Cleaned up. Sorry if I'm losing the track of my numbers. So again, if I'm sort of calling it, it's as they're throwing it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the left. As they're receiving it, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the going left to right. So as you're looking at them when they're throwing it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, left, right. And when they're actually receiving it, as you're looking at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when I say 1 to 9, that means it was from the right-hand side into the goal. Well, into the right-hand post. So from the throwing it from the left-hand side into the right-hand post, so down the line again. Tried to get a quick return, never narrow away to that because it went straight to him. Threw it back to 9, or threw it back to 1, and cleaned up by 2. 2 being Tantu, T-U, not the 2-2. Tan again. He's going to throw this from 1. Tries to go with a narrow diagonal, getting it to around 6, cleaned up by Nero. Gives it off to what looks like Barry, but no, he's going to clean it up himself. Goes back out to 1, cleaned up by 2. 2 decides he's going to return it back with some interest. Puts it into 4, but cleaned up again by Nero. Nero puts it out to Johansson, Jacobson, who threw from 1 and almost got it into 8 on Rowe. Rowe decides to do the same thing as what he did before. So again, 8 back to 1. Jacobson again. This time he goes inside. He goes between the legs. It's just, I reckon that's almost been taken over, but not quite been cleaned up. Anyway, threw it out there from 3. Got it into about 6. So pretty much a straight ball. A little bit of bounce. Collected, sort of. Controlled, but not controlled. It's controlled deflection. Let's just call it that. No, in fact, they've called it the other way. Okay, Morris taking this. He's going to take it from about 6, trying to go into 3. Probably got it closer to 2, and on the legs there of Jacobson. Jacobson is going from 2, threw it into about 5. Controlled by Morris, who gives it to 2, who's going to throw it from 3 and puts it into 6. Easily cleaned up by Nero there in the centre. Ball again dropped in what looks like Barry, but it apparently is Dunia, who goes into a narrow diagonal on the 3 side. Cleaned up by 2, throwing it from 2. Going well across into the 1 area on the other side. Cleaned away by Jacobson. It really doesn't look like Jacobson. Okay. Nero looks like he's taking the ball here. He's going to take it from, oh, by the time he throws it, he's almost at about 4. Throws it out to the 1. 2 puts that out. Ball's finally returned back to him by the old judge. He's coming in at about 3. Decides to go across court into the 3 on the other side. Taken on the legs there. Missed by the centre, but taken on the legs by. Again, that's a nice little bouncy ball. That's going to be enough. I was going to say a nice little ball from 2. He's gone straight into 7 in a straight line, but with the bounce, not taken by the centre through the legs of Rowe. And between the two of them, they couldn't work it out, and it's gone into the back of the net. 1-1, the score. Probably the closest game we've had so far. Okay. 2 from 2. He threw that away from 9 and slightly out. Nero here, he's going to come in from 6, threw it into about 3 or 2. Turn 2 cleaning that up and deflecting it forward to Morris, who's going to take this from about 4 or 5. Tries to go out to 9, probably gets closer to 8 on the chest there of Barry. Barry with the ball now, he decides to go onto the line, so he's thrown that from 9, threw it into 2 on this side, and Tan puts it away out to the sideline. Taking it back, he'll throw this from what's looking like, he's moving across even further, probably about 8 by the time he moves. Goes back out to the other side at 8, probably 7, getting a deflection. Stefan goes straight at the area, gets the deflection off Morris, who goes over the top, and that makes it 2-1 now. And again, 3 minutes to go, so it's been quite a close game. Probably one of the better ones to watch. Throwing hasn't been too bad. Defence has been tight. With some luck, it won't open up. And again, trying to throw that from 4. Tried to put it out into the 1, but a little bit wide of the post. Jacobson going in about to number 2. Decides to throw it straight into 7. Long ball bounce there. It's a bit of a shame. I reckon this is Dunia. Okay, so the penalty to be taken by Tan. He's decided to go out to the post. Misses it. Probably not what they wanted. Okay, we've had a bit of a move. We've got Ben now in the middle. We've got Morris moving out to this side. Tan still where he is. Okay. Nero throwing it from about 7 and getting it into about 2. Blocked out. Tan again going back the other way, getting it to 8. Blocked out by Larry, who puts it straight on the post. Straight off the post. Threw it from the line, straight on the line. There's an equipment check on the other side. Looking to game in court 1 or court 2. We've got 3 minutes left and it's 3-0 to, so 3:08 left and 3-0 to Queensland, I believe. And goal to Victoria just as I speak. So 3-1 now. So probably got some 4 evenly matched teams playing at this minute. Just cleaning up a bit of the court here, getting a bit of sticky tape. Bit of tape down to fix up the lines. We've got 2:30 odd. So 2 games are running roughly around about the same time. 2-1 over here, 3-1 on the other side. 3-2 on the other side now. Just heard a goal. Okay. 2. Trying to throw it from, well, basically about 2. Got it into about 3 on the other side. And then whilst it went through the hands of Nero, there was enough backup there for him in regard to Dunia to clean it up. I'm going to start guessing names because they don't look like the people that they say. 3 doesn't look like Robbie Dunia. It looks more like Matt Barry. Close game on the other side. We've got the timeout here, but it's a close game on the other side with Queensland going out 3-0, and it's back to 3-2. So interesting. Interesting time ahead. Changes afoot here as well. Okay, the call was that Robbie's got it. So Robbie is number 4. I was right all along. Dunia throwing it from pretty much 1 and getting it into about 8. Morris cleaning it up, and he's going to return the favour, a similar throw, 1 into 8. Oh, sorry, actually 8 into, or 9 into pretty much a 2. Same sort of thing happening. Another inside ball into about 8. 2 now, throwing it from about 3. Deciding to go across court again. Got it into the 1. Sorry for the silence there. Just checking on the scores on the across the way. Rowe taking this. Pretty much through that straight at 4. Cleaned up by Nero. Given across to Dunia. Dunia's decided he's going to throw from 1. Throws it all the way across to 2 on the other side. Tarn 2 picking that up. He's going to take that from about 2. He's going to go into 7. So it's pretty straight. Between the two of them, they work that out. So Nero goes chases, gives back to Lowry. Lowry throwing it from the 9. Pretty much getting it at 1. So down the line. Blocked out by Tarn. Tarn now. Coming in at about 1, maybe 2. Trying to throw it across court into the 1 on the other side, but missing it. Maybe got a deflection from Dunia on the way. Dunia leaving it for Lowry, who goes to the other side. He's coming in, well, probably threw that from about 8, got it into about 3. Picked up by Rowe, deflected away by Rowe. Ball now with Tarn. Tarn coming into about 2, maybe 3. Trying to go across court, getting it into 3 on the other side. Slight deflection from Nero, but cleaned up by Dunia. Dunia now from 3, going back to the other side into 2 and getting Tarn on the chest. There's an official timeout on the other side. There's been goals galore being scored in the other hall. I'm just trying to see, there's people standing up in my way, but I've got 1:08 and 4:2 on the clock, so people are basically just cheering on nothing. Again, Tarn with the ball at about 2. Tries to go across court, but really gets it into the tee, probably at 4. Nero clean up his own ball. Tries to go back to Tarn into 1 from the centre. Gets blocked out. Some sort of dispute as to who's going to take this, but no, it's Ben now. Will take this. He's taking this from 3. Goes straight at Stefan in the centre. He takes it quite easily. Gives it off to Dunia, who's going to throw from 3. Go back out to 1. Gets a deflection, but it's not quite there. 2 from 2 back into 9. Straight at Stefan, but Stefan actually getting it quite easily. Trying to return it back, but missing the mark. Rowe. He's going to take that into the middle. Coming out to about 6 to throw this one. He's going to try to aim at 1. Gets it into the 1 area and blocked out by Dunia. Again, it's a tight game here. Got about 6 seconds to go. That ball thrown down the line. Thrown from 1 and into 8. Picked up by Morris. And Morris isn't going to have time to throw that one. So we've got a 2-1 score line at half time in this particular. Okay, stop sitting on my court. And sorry, I'm back, but I kicked the cord out. Just trying to look to the other side whilst we've got the halftime break. We've got 2 minutes 20 on that, and it's 3-4, so it's actually quite a close game there as well. 3-4 in favour of Queensland, that is. Been hearing some cheering going on, but I think sometimes they cheer just for the fact that there's a penalty. So, coin toss being taken for the next game, which is a juniors game. We won't be commentating that one. We will take a break and then come back for what I believe is a women's/youth game. Which is correct, and that will be our final game of the day that we'll commentate. Got a number of men's, women's, and youth tomorrow. One little junior, so we'll have a little bit of a break. That'll be our lunch break at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Close games all round. We've just had, I think, the halftime hooter go next door, and I believe that score is still sitting at 3-4. It is. Oh no, 3-4. We've still got 55 seconds to go. So there's still some time in that one. No substitutions from what I can tell in this game. Wouldn't mind seeing Sali going on, but I don't think that's going to happen. On the other side, we've still got the 3 and the 1 and the 4. So now that I've worked out who the proper numbers are, 2-1 to New South Wales at this point. 16 seconds to go before we call stumps and get going with this one. Halftime not quite being called on the other game. At least I haven't heard the hooter go off. That might be it right there. Yep. 3-4 halftime score in favour of Queensland. We have the same teams. Looks like Stefan is going to hand this to Robbie. And Robbie's going to come out to number 1 here. Tried to throw it down the line, but got it out. Probably would have got it in at 9. Ben, throwing from about 8. Throwing from about 8. Into the 1. Not quite the safest block from Robbie, but enough to get it out. And again, he's throwing it from 1. Right on the post. From 9, sorry. Throwing it all the way in. No, from 1. Threw it into 6. Cleaned up by Morris, who gives it out to Rowe, who throws from 9 and probably gets it into about 3. And between the two of them, Nero and Junior, they work it out. Junior again, this time throwing from about 2, getting it into 8. Just a straight ball. Deflected eventually away to Rowe, who's gone into the middle for the time being. He's returned the ball from middle and thrown it out to the 9. Deflection inside off the legs and inside the goal. So it's 2-2 now. Bowery throws a really good ball from pretty much 8 to 2 and nearly got it through. Just cleaned up by Tarn's legs. Again, we've got a throw there from about 6 into probably 6 on the other side. Bowery gets the ball, throws it from 9 into 1. Deflected out by Tarn. Tarn now to take this from about 2. across court into the one on the other side, blocked out by Dunia pretty easily. Still a lot of time in this one, and 2-2. We haven't even started on the other side, although the crowd are cheering. Don't know what for. Dunia giving it across to Nero. Nero comes across on the 8, throws it into 1 or 2, blocked out by Tan. Tan taking it from 1, moving inside a little, possibly to 2. Going slightly across court into the 3 area. Bit of a, let's say a controlled block. Blocked out. Dunia has the ball at about 2, maybe 3. Threw that to 4. Easily cleaned up by Rowe. He's a bit too big to expect that the ball go through him. Throws that from 4. Gets a deflection over the top of the legs in 6 or 5 from really just a lazy block from Stefan, who didn't go hard enough. New South Wales were up 3-2 at the start, 2-1 at the start of the game, the start of the half, and down. Find themselves down. We've still got 9 minutes to go, and the best part of 10 really. So plenty of time for them to get that 1 goal up. On the other side, we have started. It's still 3-4 on the other side. 9:26 still to go in the second half. So 2 close games. That's what we want. Teams getting better. New South Wales with the ball. Bowery possibly with it. No. Stefan taking it from the middle, but throwing it straight at 4. That's a bit too easy for Ben. Rowie will pick that up, gives it out over here. Morris throwing it from 8, trying to throw it into 1, but missing it, probably by about 1.5 meters. Barry coming over to get the ball, taking it all the way back over to about 7. Deceitful. It was actually by Dunia. He threw it from 1, tried to get it back to 1, but missed it. Tarn now with the ball, probably at about 3. Goes across into the 3 on the other side. Got by Nero. Nero's going to throw this from about 6. Tried 6 on the other side, missed by Rowe, but cleaned up by Morris for him. Rowe's going to take this from about 5. Tries to go into 1 or 2. 2 or 3 probably closer, I should say. Cleaned up by Dunia. Gets his own ball. Throws this from about 3. Gets it out to 1 and blocked out by Tan. Ball's gone a long way. There is an official. Not quite sure. We've got a little bit of a dispute as to, coaches and how close that they can get to the bar. We've got a coach here lying literally on the ground, trying to get as close as he can before he says anything. Anyway, the ball will get dropped in at 1 at this point. Bringing it in 2 meters, so throwing it from 2. Trying to throw across the court, goes into 4 and over the top of Stefan. Done a complete reversal here. Nero again, coming in from about 8, getting it to 1, thrown up and out. There's a lot of cheering happening on the other side. We will check on scores as we go, but keeping you with this one because it's close. Tarn from about 2. Goes in towards the middle, Probably get about 4 or 5 taken by Nero, cleans it up, gives it to Dunia. Dunia coming into about 2. Goes across court again, a nice flat throw right into 5 really, and too easy for Ben. He'll pick that up. He throws from 5, goes out towards 9, but Lowry's got that from 1, or from 9 I should say, in towards 4 or 3, and Ben picks it up, gives it out to Tan. Tan throwing it from 1. Tries to go in on a narrow diagonal, gets it to about 7, picked up by Nero, who goes quickly back to him and gets it into 1, but he's awake to that. Tan again from 1, going across court slightly. Again, the good bounce that's been giving him some success. Got it to about 4, but Stefan had enough control on that to block it out. Dunia with not much time, coming into from 1. Goes to the narrow diagonal, through the legs, but up. Through the legs, up and over. So that would have been in because the winger wasn't getting, or the centre definitely wasn't getting there. We're looking at a 5-3 scoreline across the other side with 7 minutes to go still. Rowe going across all the way out to 8, but it's controlled by Dowry. He's throwing it from 8 himself. Throws it out a very long way. Queensland making a bit of a break now. 6-3 on the other side. Tan from 1. In towards the centre, gets in at 5. Quick return. Tried to go back, and it looks like we might have a long ball. No, they're not moving. Maybe they just called it out because he threw it straight out. Again, now we've got Ben. Ben's going to throw from the middle, probably from about 6, coming into 1. Nice bit of bounce. There's been enough block out there. That was Robbie from 1, throwing it into about 8. Straight onto the chest of Daniel Morrish. He's got that covered okay. Tan comes across to get the ball, but it's a timeout. Bit of a break on the other side. I think I saw it was 6-3. And it's staying there at 6-3. With 6:34 to go, they must have a timeout as well. 6:34 over there. We're a minute or so, half a minute behind. 7:17 over here. 2-4 the score here. Close game. Close enough on the other side as well. 6-3. Competitive. That's what we want. Suspect I've hit another goal. And I suspect... Oh, no. I was going to say maybe that's a Queensland effort, but no, it's not. 4-6. Victoria managed to drag one back. We'll keep an eye out on that one. Okay, 2 at the moment with the ball. Gets a quick release from 1 into about 9. Cleaned up by Lowry. Barry. Barry goes from about 8. Gets over the top of the thing, but Morris able to catch it off the foot. Anyway, he's throwing this from about 1, from about 9, getting it across to the 6. Too easy for Nero on that one. Barry throwing it from 8 again, nearly getting it to the feet of Rowe, who managed to control this one. He's going to throw this from about 4, almost going straight down the line into 4 on the other side. Cleaned up by Nero, who gives across to Dunia, throwing it from about 3. Comes out even wider, but I'll tell you how wide that was. It's gone out before the halfway line. Okay, 2 comes across to get the ball. Tart. He's going to throw this from about 2. Goes into 8. That's a bit too easy for Barry. Control that. He's going to go into about 7. Coming across this way a bit, but straight at 4. Didn't quite get it right. Rowe cleans his own ball. Throwing it from 5. Throwing it back to about 3. Between Nero and Dunia, they sort that out. Nero throwing it from 4, getting it into about 3. Controlled by Tan, who goes out to 1. And he's going to throw down the line into the 7-6 area. Nero wanted to go quickly, but he chose not to. Gives it back out to Dunia all the way over here at 1. He goes across the court, gets a deflection, goes across the court. Probably went probably went to the front line at about the 3 mark, but it was some pretty good throw. Anyway, deflected away by Rowe. Just enough to be out. Tarn from the 1. Throwing it inboard to 6. Taken by Nero, who gives it to Dunia. Throwing it from 3, going down the line to 7. Gone forward. Rowe picking it up. He's going to throw from about 7. Going across to the 9. Getting it about 8, Barry. But he's coming into 7. Coming back out this way into the 9. Blocked away by Morrish. Still got 4 odd minutes. 4 and a lot. Close to 5 enough to sort of say. 2 comes to get the ball. Tarn, that is. From 3. Into 3. It's taken straight away by Nero. Throws it back to 1, but Tarn's awake to that. Rowe moves over to 1 to take this. He goes all the way across to 1 on the other side. Blocked out by Dunia. 4:40 left in this one. The score is still relatively close. I think we've got it at 4-2. There's a lot of cheering at the other end. I will keep you abreast as fast as I can. That ball from 1 all the way into 7 between Morrish and Rowe. They've managed to clean it up. This is Rowe about, no, not Rowe. This is Morrish about to take this one. He's taken it from 1. Sorry, taken it from 9. Tried all the way to 1, but missed. Got it out. Dunia with the ball from 1. Coming in on the narrow diagonal, and he's got him. Got him on the 7 there. It's made the score a little bit interesting. We've got 3-4. And as we look on the other side, we've got a 5-8 scoreline. And I think there's a goal back the other way. Sorry, I didn't see that, but I think it was Tarn throwing it from 1 or from 3, again going across. So the narrow diagonal's just not getting there for them. Dunia from 1, throwing it in to 5. 2 solid. I don't think we're going to see Sali on this game, on this court. Nice bounce again. Straight to B though. And Rowe throwing it from about 5. Throwing it out to about 7. A little bit of a bounce, but it's controlled. Barry. Oh, that's up and off the bar. straight at 4. Off his hip. Just kept going upwards though. Morrish from 9. Tarn wants it. Morrish tells him to go away. Returns it back to the 9 at the other side. New South Wales calling a timeout. With the score over there at 5-3 in favour of Western Australia, with 3:23 to go on that one. Looks like there's a bit more scoring on the other side. We've got 3:46, but the score being Queensland 8 and Victoria 5. So competitive, but you'd like to think that Queensland have got that one in control. Still waiting for another goal over there to Victoria on the other side. Again, we're still waiting for this game to start. I don't know, whether everyone's been well and truly back. Dunia's got the ball. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. But Dunia has the ball. Dunia not asked to drop it. Throws it from 1, gets it into about 7. Cleaned up by Morrish. He's going to throw from about 8, throws it into about 3. Quick return ball from Nero, straight to the 8. Not quite fast enough to get past Morris. Morris goes a long way across into the 8 area, taken by Barry, who's going to come in to about the 6. Try to go into that hole again at 6 on the other side, but just got the feet of Rowe in the way. Rowe throwing for 5. Nice big bounce ball out to the 9, but that's been blocked out. Long way blocked out. Goal judge coming over, dropping it in. Barry giving it to Nero. Nero from 9. He's gone straight in at 4. And because it's flat, pretty easy for Rowie to pick that up. Tan from 2. He's gone into the 7 with a nice flat throw, and that's a pretty good throw. That's probably put the thing good night at this point. Dunia from 1 into 8. Too easy. Blocked by Morris. Morris now throwing the ball, trying to throw it across court a little bit, getting it into 6, picked up by Nero, who's going to have a crack at the hole that he couldn't quite get it through. He was trying to get into 3, not quite there from there. Tried to get it from 6. 2 from 2, back into 7 with a bounce. Picked up by Barry, between Barry. He's going to throw it from the 9 in towards the 3, but between the legs of Tarn and the hands of Rowe, they've managed to clean that one up. I think this one's done. We're looking at 1:46 on the clock. It's 6:3 at the moment. On the other side, it looked like it was 9:6. We've got someone who's decided to stand strategically in the wrong spot. But a fair bit more time on that one to go. 2:27, 6:9 in favour of Queensland. Court 1 as we look over. So some close ones to take the afternoon out with. We've got a break after this where we will come back. I think it's at 4:15, but I'll check that. Actually, it might be 4:45. 2 from 2. Tarn from 2. He throws it into 4, cleaned up by Nero. Didn't get a complete clean on it, but he runs after it, picks it up, gives it to Dunia, who comes at them from number 2 and throws it into 8 with some bounce, but picked up there by Morris. Morris goes across court into the 7 from 7 or from 8, picked up by Barry. Barry from 9, going straight at B with bounce, but that's a bit too easy for Rowie on that one. He gives it to Tan, who's going to take that from about 3. Nice bounce ball again into 6, cleaned up easily by Stefan. Stefan goes out to the post again. And whilst we've got an official time, we've got a lot of cheering going on over there. But it looks like Queensland have made a bit of a break. It's 11-6 from what I can tell over there. So I think that game's over. Tan from number 2. He's going to throw into about 5. Cleaned up by Nero. He's not going to take that very well. Or he will. Gives it over to Dunia, who throws across from 2, but into probably too close to 4. It's easy for Rowie, I should say. Rowe throws from about 4, 5, 6, probably closer to 6. Down the line, 1 into 8, even 9. Picked up by Rowie, picked up by Morris, who gives the ball to Tarn again. Tarn going across the other side. Bounce ball into 7, that's going to be a goal. 25 seconds. And if the game wasn't over, it definitely is now. Barry from the middle. It's been a bit unlucky, Barry. Had a couple of balls over the top, but that one into 6, collected by Morris. Throws it back from about 9 into 5. Nero. Nero trying to throw from 5 back out to 1. Taken by Tan. Tan throwing from 2. Game's over. Siren's gone. 7-3. And interestingly enough, New South Wales possibly on the bottom. Trying to work that out. That might be their 4th game. Is there any more men's games?
Not today.
No, they're all... Oh, there is one more men's game. South Australia and Western Australia on the other court. One more men's game to go. So that's a first or second win for... No, I think that's Western Australia. I think that's their first win.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. All right. So there's a couple there. One more game to go. So Victoria are looking like they're going to be 2-2. South Australia looking like they might be 2-2. Queensland looking like 4-0, and then a couple of 1-3s. All depending on the South Australia, West Australia result. In which point West Australia would be 2-2. So one of them is going to be 2-2 at the end of that.
There's the end of that game.
That's the end of that game. Last time I looked, it was 11-3. Just quickly going to look over for you. People have moved away, so I can see. I know they haven't. They're still in the same spot. In fact, there might be more people in my way now. I can see a 7 and I can see a 12. So 7-12, the final score in the end.
Minutes to the next game.
Now,
I'll still be streaming, but
do you have a no commentary?
that's the plan.
Yeah. 4:45, I think it is. Yeah, so we'll be back. We'll be back at, I'm just checking, I think it's 4:45.
Yep, 4:45
Yeah, so
will be the next commentator
yeah,
one, but
yeah,
we'll still keep on going with video.
yeah. So the feed will still be there for you guys to look at, but we'll be back with commentary for the juniors women's game. Actually, I think it's two women's teams.
Women. Yep.
Is it? Or is it New South Wales youth and South Australian women?
Youth and South Australia, I believe.
Yeah. We're just checking on that.
New South Wales youth versus SA women.
Yep. So we'll be back at 4:45, but a little bit before that for the New South Wales youth and South Australian women's game. Welcome back. Court number one, second last game of the day, but the last one for us. Well, that we're going to commentate on anyway. This one is between New South Wales Youth and South Australian Women. South Australian Women as they line up. Number 2, Nikita Grosser. Number 5, Meredith. I need to check her name. Is it Meredith Ward? It's not Meredith Ward. So frantically look at number 5. Amelia Hart. Number 5 and number 7, Risa Martin. For the New South Wales Youth, if I can get them in the right order, it's number 1, Tyson O'Neill. Number 4, Zara Perry. Number 8 is Joshua Johansson, and number 7 is Ethan Cook. Now, last game I saw, Ethan didn't get anywhere near the court. Although they've got a 5. So this is another one where hey, Simon, number 5, what's her name? Because I haven't got her on my list. Oh, it's Molly. Okay. So Ethan's not playing and Molly's in. Lovely. Oh, so he went to a different. See, these people, they're just changing things on me. All right. So we got Molly Smith. Molly Smith, number 5. So we'll go again because now we've got it all right. So number 1 is Tyson O'Neill for New South Wales Youth. Number 4 is Zara Perry. Number 5, Molly Smith. And number 8, Joshua Johansson. We're looking around 6 minutes still to play. The last score was a juniors game. So ended up being reasonably exciting, although West Australia had that covered on the 14-12. Across the way, we have the final. If I stop pulling my cord out. Across the way, we have the final men's game. That's not started yet. That too is about 5 minutes away between South Australia and Western Australia. The winner of that will go to 2 and 2 and we'll be fighting it out for second and third. Which third is might be what you want to get. Because at least that way you're just playing second and fourth. As opposed to second who get to play Queensland again. Australian girls on the other side at the far end. Again, as I'm going to make the calls, I've sort of changed my numbering system or my calling system a little bit. So as you're looking at a team, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from where they throw. As you're looking at a team defending, it's the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can imagine if someone is throwing up the line, they could be sitting in 9 and they'll be aiming at 1, or vice versa. They could be sitting at 9, which is the left wing where I used to play, and they'll be aiming at 1. Alternatively, if they're sitting at 1, they're on the right wing playing towards 9, which is straight. And again, 1 and 1 is full cross court. So it gives you a little bit of an idea. But I will sort of talk about narrow diagonals and things like that. So when I say narrow diagonal, that could be like a 9 to a 7 or a 1 to a 3. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. It'd be similar to a 9 to a 3 and a 1 to a 7. So something like that. It looks something similar like that. And again, if they come a little bit further in, then we'll sort of talk about it from the perspective of imagine it from 1 metre. Yeah, every number represents another metre. So I'll be doing my best to sort of give you a bit of an idea for those who can't see. 2 minutes and change still. The scoreboard's still sitting at 14-12, but we've got a youth game, which is our final commentary game for the day today. Coming on to 4:45, or coming up, coming around to 4:45, not quite yet. 4:43 at the clock, on the play school clock now. So a little bit away. I imagine the old clock on the other side will be something very, very similar in regard to that. They've got 1:21 to go. Again, those lineups for you. The New South Wales Youth, number 1, Tyson O'Neill. Number 4, Zara Perry. Number 5, Molly Smith. And number 8, Joshua Johansson. On the other side, there's only the 3 for the South Australian women. Number 2, Nikita Grosser. Number 5, Meredith Hart. Meredith Hart? Got it wrong. I'm pretty sure it is Meredith. Number 7, Raisa Martin. Good Russian name. Coming up to a minute before kickoff. Can't really tell who's lining up for the ball at this point. But I can tell you that the starting lineup still looks as if it's going to be Amelia to the right wing, Ricer in the middle, and Nikita to the left. Starting 3 looks as if it's going to be Molly, Tyson, and Zara. No, it does look like Molly on the bench. New South Wales look like they'll be starting with the ball. Going straight in, dropped in at Tyson. He looks like he's going to take the first throw. From 4, throwing it to about 6, stopped by Ricer. Given over to Meredith, who goes down the line from 9 into 1. Just making sure that I've got the numbers right. Joshua throwing from 1 into 9. Narrow diagonal, probably closer to about an 8. Nikita again going straight towards the 3, getting it over the top of Tyson and into the goal. So 1-0 for South Australia. Zara now to take the ball. Just still confirming those numbers for you. That looks like Nikita throwing there. Yeah, it is Nikita on the right hand side. Zara giving it over to Tyson. Tyson's going to throw this one from about 7 back towards 6, 5 even. Rice has got that one covered. She decides to throw it back from where she stands and into the 9 spot where Zara takes it quite easily. Zara's going down the line towards 2 and a return ball back from Nikita. Unsuccessful. Ball blocked out. Zara again, throwing from 9. Probably 1 metre. She's gone 1 metre, 1.5 in. She's going again down the line into about 3. Bit of a fracture there from the front on Risa, but Nikita's got that covered. Comes from the 1, throws across the court, but didn't quite get it right. Probably threw it into the 4 and easily covered by Tyson, who throws from the middle, tries to throw out to 9, but he's missed that by about a metre, well, half a court, if not more. Anna, the goal judge, pulling that one in. And again, this is Amelia throwing from 9, putting it into 4. Nice and easy for Tyson to pick that one up, especially when it goes straight to him. Out to Joshua, who throws from 1 into 6 and 7, and he gets a goal for it. Is that 1 apiece now? 1 it is. Correct weight. Nikita throwing from 3. Tried to throw it into 9. Missed it by about 2 metres at least. Zara now with the ball, getting it dropped in. Again, 1 metre in. So she's probably throwing this from about an 8. Trying to go down the line, getting it into 1. Easy work for Grosser, who picks it up, returns a favour straight back at 9. Perry again. Over to Tyson. Tyson O'Neill, he decides he's going to have a crack from about 6. Throws it into 4. Back to Martin, who decides she's going to return it into the 9 area. Unsuccessfully. Blocked out. Perry again. Hooking this one. Trying to go for 1, but hooking it a little too much. Missing that by a good 2 metres, 3 metres even. Official timeout's been called with 9:50 odd on the play school clock. 1 goal apiece. No score next door with 9:02 gone. We've got someone sitting in a very awkward spot right in front of the scoreboard. Ball still with South Australia. Grosser. Taking this from outside the court on the 1 side. Threw it in towards 8. Taken by the legs of Perry, who's had to go a long way forward to go get that. Passed back to O'Neill. Taking it roughly from about 4 and going out towards 9. Probably got it at 8. Stopped there by Hart. Bounced it forward. Taken by Martin, who then gives it back to Hart, who goes down the line from 9 into 1. Johansson throwing it back to 6. Martin takes a quick return, hits it into about 7 from about 4. Dropped in for Perry now. Perry throwing from about 9. Going inwards a little bit towards 3, but stopped by Martin towards the sideline. For Grosser now, who comes down the line, throws it prematurely. Probably just a tad worried about the time. Perry from 9. Going across court into the 6. Taken by Martin. Gives it out to Hart. Hart's going to go way over to 9 and roughly come down the line. Getting on the foot of Johansson, who blocks it out. It's a good throw. Johansson from 2. loses control of the ball and then sends it out, well out, as it came out behind him. Lucky it didn't go back into the goal. So we're looking at Hart, or was it Rice? So that was Martin. No, it was actually Grosso coming across, throwing it from 9, getting it into about 4, where O'Neill decides he's going to take a shot at 4, goes at Hart, gets it at about 7, but she's able to cover that. Again, she's throwing it from 9, going back in towards 4, which is easy for him, for Tyson, that is, O'Neill. O'Neill giving it out to Johansson. Johansson coming from 1 or 2, going straight down the line, getting it at an 8, and nicely taken by Hart, who goes to 1, or sorry, goes to 9, comes into about 7.5. Just got it on the feet of Johansson there. Was able to kick it out. And again, that's a nice high ball throw then. Throwed it into 4, easily taken by Martin, who will give it over to Grosser to take the penalty. Chance for South Australia to go up 2-1 here. Grosser looks like she's setting up from the middle. Coming now out this side. No, still in the middle. Gone out the side. She's gone all the way across into the corner. So corner to corner, 1-1. Got it in there, 2-1. Nice throw. O'Neill not good enough. Johansson with the ball from 1. Throws it into about an 8, but blocked out by the feet of Martin. Kicked out by the feet of Martin. It's over to Hart, who's got the ball in 9. Coming slightly across court, but getting it towards 5. Down, bounced over the feet of O'Neill. And, sorry? Okay. I'll keep an eye on it. Got a 1-3 on the other court. I don't know to who yet, but again, we'll keep an eye on that one. That was Perry throwing it from 9 into the 3. Martin again, a quick return. Straight back at 9, but Perry's good enough to stop that. Again, she tries to go back to 3, but getting it closer to 4 and 5 this time. So Martin dumps that out to Grosser, who decides she's going to go back to 9 from 2. Got it covered for Perry. Gives it to O'Neill, who throws from 4 out towards 2. Feet of Grosser, blocked out. Looked like it might have been kicked in, but no, she had enough control on it. Grosser from 1. Bouncing it into 6. Just enough control there from O'Neill, who gives it to Perry, who throws it from 9 and gets it into 1. Blocked out. Still got 7 minutes left in this one. In this half anyway. Grosser straight out that one. Throwing it from that 1 corner. Again, Perry from 9. Looking to go across court. Not actually getting it there. Probably closer to 4, where Rice and Martin gets up and throws it straight back at 9 immediately. But Perry's good for that. Again, she's throwing it, trying to throw across court. Probably getting it to 5 this time. So went across a little bit. Martin takes that ball, gives it over to Hart, and a timeout is called. Across on the other side, we've got, looks like South Australia over there, I would say. And the score currently 1-4 to South Australia, if I've got that correct. Still making sure if I can see one of the other guys standing up to see if it's definitely South Australia. It is South Australia because I can see the red. So South Australia leading this one quite comfortably. We're still 5:35 to go. We're back to this one. Nice flat throw from South Australia. Not quite getting it in there. O'Neill throwing it from the middle, trying to bounce ball out towards 9, but he's thrown that out. Hart. Throwing it back towards the centre. Probably got it at 4 from 9. Taken by O'Neill, given out to Johansson. Johansson throwing it from about 2. Going in towards the centre. Martin's gone completely the wrong way and it's gone over the top of the tee and in. New South Wales still in front though. Sorry, I think Grosser then, sorry, from one into about 6 on the feet of O'Neill, who gives it to Perry, throwing that from 8 and going all the way across to 9 at the other side. Okay, hard again from 9 down the line into 1. The ball kicked out by Johansson. Ball being dropped in at about 1. He's thinking of going cross court, goes on the narrow side, probably gets it into about a 7. Ball kicked out by Martin, but it's been kicked too far, and the ball will be returned to New South Wales. Again, Johansson from 2. Goes down the line close to a 7 there on the feet of Martin. Gives it out to Grosser. Grosser taking this from about 3. Goes cross court towards the 1. Johansson good enough to get that out. Again, he's thrown it from 1, right on the post. Throws it into 7 again. Martin comes across to take that. Kicks it out. Easily handled. Hart will have the dropped in at 9. She goes across to the other side on 8. Gets it on Perry's chest. Controls it easily. Okay, so we've got Hansen to come out. Smith to come in. One of the many Smiths. Simon coach, Brody player. It's 2-4 on the other side here with 4:38 still to go. South Australia in front on that one. Remember the winner of that probably, well, will move into either second or third. Loser of that will stay down in fourth and first. Fourth and fifth. Probably not a bad place to be. O'Neill throwing that from the middle, trying to go out to 9, but not successful. Probably missed the post by about 1.5 meters. Ball's been dropped in at 9. Gross has come over to get it. Comes back towards the middle. Tyson taking that almost right on the tee with his feet. Puts it out to Smith. Smith throwing from about 1 or 2. Left-handed, goes back to the middle. Pretty easy for Martin, who decides that she's going to have another go back. Throws it from 4 and pretty much hit around about the 4-3 sort of mark. Again, Tyson throwing it into 5. Taken by Martin, given to Hart. Hart's going to throw this from 9. Straight down the line at about 2. Nearly beat Smith on the feet. Not quite. Smith again throwing this from 9. 1, 2. Nice slow bouncy ball that really Hart's gone the wrong way to. Martin not coming across, and it's 4-2 now. Oh no, 3-3. I did have it right the first time. Looks like there's been a swap over. Grosser out to the other side now. Comes and she throws it from 9 straight into 4. Easily taken by O'Neill, who gives it back to Smith. Smith now. A flat ball. Cross ball into the sort of right-hand side there. To Hart. Hart able to get it. Throws it back into 4. Picked up by O'Neill. Sends it forward, but he comes back, gives it to Perry. Perry again throwing it from 9. Probably into 5. Taken by Martin, who gives it over to Grosser. Grosser now sitting on the other side, throwing it from 9. Deciding to throw down the line, probably getting it at around about 2. Taken by Smith, who tries to do a quick return, but really gets it in at 5 at the feet of Martin. Martin goes from the position that she was straight back to 1, and Smith's good enough to get it out. Smith again from 2, possibly 1. Trying to go across court, getting it into 3, deflected by Martin onto Hart. And Hart able to take that. Timeout for equipment check. We've got a 2-5 scoreboard on the other side with 3:40 left in the first half. So 2 being West Australia, 5 being South Australia. South Australia looking like they'll get the second or third spot. Hart. Wasn't hard, it was Grosser actually coming out on the other side. She threw it from 1 and tried to throw it into 7. Did a pretty good job of it. Problem is she threw a high ball doing it. So penalty to Grosser. At the moment it's O'Neill with the ball in hand. He's walked out to about 1, possibly 2. Here he goes across court or down the line. Tries to go down the line, but it's out by about 2 metres. Score remains at 3s. Still 3 odd minutes to go, 3 minutes and change. Grosser looks like she's come out to this side. Now, thrown it across. Tried to get it into a 6, but O'Neill's there with his feet. He tries to throw a big bouncy ball to the centre, but Martin's awake to that. And she's decided to go a flat ball. This time throwing it out to about 2, but it's covered there by Smith. Good enough to cover it. And does a discus throw towards the 9 where Grosser pretty much has that handled. Grosser from 9 into 1. Smith's got that covered, although it's gone a long way forward, and so much so that it's ended up going out past the high ball line. Grosser coming in from about 6, going straight at 4. Nearly had O'Neill going the wrong way, but he's got it with his legs, throws it out to Smith. Smith's going to take it from 1. Going across the court, probably at about a 3. Taken between them by Hart and Ricer. Right, Martin, that is. Martin out to Hart. Hart goes from 1, trying to go across, getting it into 4, but O'Neill's good enough to take that. Gives it to Perry. Perry from 9. Trying to go down the line, probably at a 2, getting it at the feet of Hart, who goes back to her wing at 1, throws it back across the court at 4 to O'Neill. O'Neill tries a quick return, but it's straight at the tee, from tee to tee effectively. Martin to Grosser. Grosser from 6, coming out towards 9, blocked out. And again from 8, Perry. Perry going down the line this time towards 1, but Hart's good enough to block that away. Goes and touches her post, finds herself at 1, goes all the way across court, has that out at about the high ball line. So went a bit too far with the cross court there. Smith from 2, tries to go down the line. Probably just a shade out. She threw that from pretty much the sideline, so whilst it sounded like it went out early, it was still pretty close to the post. Grosser throwing it from, she's come inside a bit, probably about 6 by the time she lets it go. Comes across a little, goes into the 5 area, nearly gets O'Neill, but he just blocks it with his feet. Decides he's going to take it himself. Goes from the centre, back out to the 9, but misses. Grosser again, coming a long way in, almost from 5, probably by the 6. This time she's coming all the way out to the 9. Blocked by Perry, who's deciding that she's going to take a throw from 9. Back to the centre, right at the tee, taken by Martin quite easily. She's decided she's not going to do a quick return. She's going to go back. So from 4, she goes into the 7 slot, missed by O'Neill, but taken by Perry on the feet. Perry now throwing from 8. I think that's a high ball, not called. Got it into the 3, but good enough for Martin to dive and take out to Hart. Hart's taken this from a long way, right up against the post on the 1. Tried to throw it out to the 1 on the other side, but missed. Smith now coming across. She's going to throw from 5. So just past the centre, trying to go out to the 1. Would have gone inside the post, but Hart was good enough to deflect it around. is still taking this, I think. No, it's Grosser now. Grosser going inside, beating Martin, beating O'Neill, but not the feet of Perry, who deflects it back to O'Neill. O'Neill, not O'Neill, Perry. Perry now throwing that from 8 and getting it across to 9, but again, cleaned up by Hart. Hart throwing it down the line into 1. And half time it is as Smith blocks it out. We've got a 3-3 score line. And just looking across to the other side, we've got a 3-7 score line with 5 seconds to go. So we're about to hear a halftime hooter with 1.9. They've managed to stop the clock at 1.9. Oh, no, there it goes. And it's halftime there too. 3-7 to South Australia at the moment. So West Australia, yeah. You'd almost want to be third in this comp, Mikey.
Maybe.
Actually, even fourth wouldn't be bad because then you take on the
Fourth
third
versus
place
sixth.
team, and then you get the fifth.
Depends on how much people want to pay, I guess.
Well, you only want to get the third, correct?
Yeah.
So if you're fourth and only one game behind,
Yep.
you still get to play the third, who you can beat, and you play the fifth, who you should beat.
Yep.
Bit risky. Wombats would try that.
I think everyone wants to try and win every single game.
No, no. I was talking to who was I talking to? The coach of New South Wales this morning. He was a bit worried, and I said, "You're just trying to aim to get the third, and then it's win every single game." So, especially over a weekend where it gets a bit sore and a bit whatever, yep, just get yourself to third.
Definitely can feel sore after a weekend like this.
Oh, I'm sore just standing up, Mikey. Okay, that was a 1.5 minute warning. So the games are slightly behind each other. This one's probably about a minute in front from what I can gather. Looking at a 3-3 scoreline, so reasonably close. Both, both teams are testing each other out, so there's a lot of balls on the feet, and they've just sort of made it. Um, not quite made it in there. Now I've just noticed they must only be about 30 seconds behind each other because the 1.5 minute warning went on the other court when we were about 1 minute here. So not far behind each other, all things being said. Two good teams. Not quite sure how the ladder system's going. We'll try to get some ladders for you tomorrow morning. The festival of Goalball that we've got tomorrow. I'm just looking at a men's, a women's, a men's, a junior where we'll have a break, and then the men's, a women's, youth, then another little break, which is an enforced one before we have finals, which is a men's qualifying and then a women's qualifying final. Youth second, youth third. Yeah, so they actually then split into the youth and the women actually split into their different their different divisions for finals. Substitution for New South Wales. So Molly comes out. Molly Smith comes out for Joshua. Of course, no substitutions for South Australia. Looking to see how they've lined up. Nikita's tried to come out to this side and failed dismally. So I think she was trying to throw from pretty much 6 and coming back out to 9, but she missed it. Perry from about 9 tries to go across court, probably gets it into 6. Martin's kicked that a long way forward. She's had to dump that out to Hart, who will have to get rid of this quickly, throwing it from about 8, going straight down the line into 1. Well taken by Johansson. Johansson coming in a metre, maybe 2. Throws it again down the line into 8. Taken by Hart. A little bit of help from Martin from the bounce out. Hart this time goes across court into the 8. and taken just on the feet of Perry. It was a bit fortunate there. Perry goes from 9 into 3 between Martin and Grosser. They work that one out. Grosser throwing it from 2 into 9. Well deflected out by Perry. Doing just enough. Okay, she's found her goal. She's probably still about 3 metres in, 2 metres in. So throwing this from 8, going it at 3, but it's a bit slow and Martin can handle that one. Martin again goes back from 4, but probably getting into 6 and easily taken care of by O'Neill. O'Neill's going to throw this from 4. Puts it into 4 at the other end. Sorry, threw that from probably 5, put it into 4 at the other end. Martin easily taken, given out to Grosser. Grosser coming out to the 1. Threw it into the 6, but through high doing it. We've got Joshua is about to take this. Grosser in the middle. Hansen goes down the line. It's been deflected, but in. He threw it from 1 straight into, well, probably an 8. A little bit of deflection from Grosser, but that now puts New South Wales Youth in front. Attempted bounce ball by Grosser from 9 across to 9. A bit of a slow speed, and Perry can easily block that one out. Perry's throwing this from 8. Comes in a little bit. Throws it in towards 3 again. It's got that nice little angle happening, but it's a bit slow and easily handled by Martin. Martin, who goes out to 6, decides to throw back out to 8. Perry's got that handled on the chest. Decides she's going to take it herself. Again from 8. Goes back to 5. Too easy for Martin. Gives that to Hart. Hart going out to the post. Throwing it from 1. Coming across court a little. Probably got that in that 5 mark. Through the legs of O'Neill, but not going fast enough to worry anyone. And Perry comes in and cleans in for him. She throws from 8. Tries to go out to 1, but misses. Only just. Probably out the front of the court, which is not a bad effort from there. Martin from outside of 1. Just gets it inside the court. And by the time it gets back to the other end, it's at 8. On the legs of Perry, who can manage that. Perry throwing it from 9 into 4. Too easy for Martin. He goes back with the quick return from 4 straight to 4. O'Neill decides he's going to do a quick return, but he's only missed by 4 metres. Out to the 9 side, so out to the right. Hart gets the ball dropped in for her at 9. Going in slightly, probably at the 3. O'Neill takes it on the chest, gives it out to Johansson. Johansson taking this from 2. He goes down the line, probably to a 7 at the feet of Martin. The ball goes forward. She goes and collects, gives it out to Hart. Hart hasn't got a lot of time, but does get rid of it smartly. Straight out, unfortunately. Tried to go down the line. Johansson he's come in a long way here. Probably from 2. Tries to go down the line, way out to 9, and I think he's got it. Beaten hard on the outside. Created a bit of a gap now. 3-5 in favour of New South Wales Youth. Grosser now with the ball. Has gone to the other side. She tries to go across court from 9 to 9. Misses at the front of the court. Perry with the ball as a result. Goes in a metre. Throwing this from about 9, let's say. Tried to throw across court, but she missed. Gets it to the middle. Straight to 4. Martin was going to throw very quickly back, but a timeout was called on her. We're into the second half across the way. In fact, there's 8:56 and it's now 7-4. So it's probably just going to hold that 3-goal margin throughout now. That game is suddenly careered ahead of this one. Oh no, 8:56. We're down to 8:41 here. So about the same effort. 3-5. New South Wales have opened up a bit of a gap. South Australia with the ball. Bit of a change. Grosser tried to throw that, but pretty much straight down the middle. O'Neill throws from the middle, straight to the middle. So no guesses where that one's gone. Martin, quick return, back out to 6, misses the centre, but Perry's there to help him out. This ball's going all over the place and nothing much really happening with it, so they just throw it out. Timeout was called just before. We lost about 40 seconds doing that. Those two throws. Maybe less. I think we're at 8:41. We're at 8:12 now, so about 30 seconds. I was trying to stretch myself out a little here. Standing up all day is not great for the body. Not this one anyway. 8:12 left, 5-3 to New South Wales. I'm not going to look at the score on the other side just yet. New South with the ball. O'Neill with the ball in hand. Just throw it is the call. He gets rid of it really quickly. Puts a nice throw, actually, out to the one in the end. That's Hart, who goes across into the 3. Deflected up and over by O'Neill. It looked like he was over this side a bit too much. Turns out I was right. Okay, Jansen throwing it from 2. Trying to throw across court, but not getting it there. It's a 7. Out to what I think is Grosser from the far side. Throwing it from 1, trying to throw across to the other side on 1. Hansen's good enough to block that though. Hansen from 1, going all the way across court. Probably got it at about 2. They worked out it's Hart over there. I think they have worked out it's Hart. She's gone across court. Missed it. Hansen this time goes down the line. Almost gets Grosser a little bit concerned. Grosser throwing it from 9 all the way back into 4. Easily taken by O'Neill. They've got the 1-goal lead. He doesn't need to worry. He throws this from about 4. Bounce ball in towards... Sorry, throws this from about 5. Bounce ball into 4 on the other side. Grosser's got... Martin's got that handled. She throws from 4 to 4. So only just slightly across. Ball's been dumped out to Johansson, who goes from 2 down to 8. Covered by Grosser, who does the reciprocal for him. 8 back to 2. Even 1. Jansen blocking that out. Jansen this time taking it in a little bit, getting it at about 7 from the 1. Out to Martin. Martin who tries to make a quick return, gets it past O'Neill, but not past Johansson. And again, Johansson this time getting it to about 6. Martin again decides she's going to have another go at it. And again getting it past O'Neill and nearly past Johansson. Okay, this time he's gone a little bit further over. He's gone towards the 2. So throwing that from 2 on his side. The 2, Hart manages to get that away. Looks like she's going out the other side. Grosso is going way out. Just trying to make sure that they have swapped. No, it doesn't look like they have. They're still in the same boat. Johansson coming from 2. He's gone down the line into an 8, taken by Grosser. He tries to return it quickly into the centre though, but that's too easy for Tyson. Probably would have hit about 4. He's going to throw from about 5, going out to the 2 mark, and he was blocked it over the top. I thought so. I didn't hear the second whistle. I was wondering why people were celebrating. No, blocked up and over. Hart got it on the legs. Grosser's over to get this one though. He's going to throw this from outside and just inside. Throwed it at the 8. Blocked out by Perry. Perry is wondering whether she was ever going to get a throw again. Coming into about 8, even 7. Got a long way in. I tried to throw it into the 2. Gets it there, but Martin's got that covered. She's deciding she's going to have a throw from about 3. Goes across court over to Johansson, who kicks it out with his feet. She probably got that in at about 8. or 2. Johansson going all the way across, getting it into 1 on the other side, but taken by Hart. Hart goes back to Johansson this time, but this time O'Neill's in the way. Took that at about 3, gave it to Johansson, who's going to throw it again. Again, he's going across court, but he can only put it into about 4, where taken by Martin, who gives it to Grosser. Grosser is going all the way out to 8. Coming back across this side. On the feet at 6. Gives it back to Perry. Perry throwing that from 7, but straight into 4. And now it's all on Martin, who throws it straight back to Perry, who kicks it out. Perry throwing it from 9. Trying to go down the line. Probably got it at about a 3, taken by Martin, given over to Hart. Hart's going to take this from about 1. Trying to go all the way across court. Does so. Successful. Blocked out by Johansson, though. Johansson, he's going in with a narrow diagonal. Throws it from 1 into about a 7. Taken by Martin, given to Grosser. Grosser coming in 1 metre maybe from a 9. Decides to go the bounce. This time she's gone the bounce, but it's a bit slow. Stopped by the feet at about 6 with O'Neill. Has to go forward to get it. Gives it to Perry. Okay, Johansson's out. No, Perry's out. Perry's number 4. And Smith is coming in. I don't know where that puts Johansson, but at the moment he's staying where he is. Smith is a left-hander, which may make it a little bit useful. Okay. Tyson throwing it from 4, probably throwing it right from the middle, basically, and getting it into about 4. Martin gives it over to Hart. Hart goes across court from the probably 2, but tried to get the 9, didn't get it, or the 1 didn't get it. Johansson coming in 2 metres, trying to go out to the line on 9, but missing that. Not by far, metre or so. We've got Grosser now. He's going to throw from 9, possibly 8. Bounce ball again attempted. Got it at right on 4.5. I can tell that because I can see where the tee is. O'Neill throwing that from pretty much the tee and got it to 3. Makes Martin dive a fair bit. She's decided she's going to come back to 7 to take the throw and then put it straight into 3. And a nice flat throw, but O'Neill's up to that. And again, comes down from Johansson, putting it into that 7 area from 2, and blocked out by Martin, given to Grosser, who tries to go back down the line to 9 and misses. New South Wales have the timeout now. We've got a little bit of time, 3 and change on the clock. It's 5-4 in their favour. Sorry about that. Just looking across to the other court. And we've got actually a 9-6 scoreline. So it's just sort of bubbling along that one with 3:44 to go. Still in favour of South Australia. So South Australia look like they'll get in second. Goal difference will decide second and third and fourth and fifth. But the reality is it doesn't really matter. Well, I suppose it does, because it does matter who you play. Thought about it. I reckon third is where you want to be. O'Neill from the middle goes out to 9. It's over the top of Harden in. Goes off the top of the 1, sorry. He hooked that. Probably around the 2 mark by the time it went into the goal, but unfortunately, Hart not good enough. She's decided to throw a cross court out into 1, missing it, unfortunately, for her and her team. It's 6-4 now. Johansson from 2. Throws down the line, and there's a high ball call. I reckon that's a bit unlucky. A late call, bit unlucky. Grosser, I would suggest, has the ball. She's going to take this from the middle. She's come out to this side. So she's going to throw from one. Going to throw it in towards the middle. And Joshua, if he just sat down, he might have stopped it. 5-6. Still roughly 3 minutes to go, so there's some change. Right on 3 minutes. Joshua trying to throw from 2 out to 9, but he didn't make it. Got a Okay, Grosser throwing it from about 7. Tries to throw it into 1. Oh, nearly had him. He's just got the late hand there. Again, he's throwing from 1. Straight out. Nice straight throw. Unfortunately, he stepped out in doing it. Timeout, South Australia. 2:40 left on the clock. And still anyone's game. Not quite sure what it does to the standings, this result, but we'll see how we go. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's still 6-9 with 3:06. It's almost like time has stopped over there, Mikey.
Must be lots of timeouts and penalties.
Yeah. It's like they're in a vortex. As I said, 2:44 over here. The score is 5-6. The 6 being New South Wales Youth. South Australia with the ball. Looks like they've made the swap. No. Nikita tried to go from 9. Oh, that's... Oh, I think there's a bit of lucky there because he has actually changed the direction of that ball. Okay. Ball's been dropped in. Gross has gone back to get it. She's gone back to the other side. So she's going to throw this from about 7 or 8. Has another go at that line. Gets the bounce off from O'Neill, but yeah, Hansen's there to help him out. Throwing it from 1. Throws it straight out. Again, Grosser. Again, trying the bounce ball, but that's just going to be too easy. Thrown in at 4. O'Neill will eat that. He throws from about 6, tries to go back to 6, and does so, but he lost control of the ball and it really just trickled its way down there. Martin, nice flat throw, gets it through the hands of O'Neill at about 5 or 4, even 3. Yeah, Hanson was there to help him out, and then another high ball call. Very unlucky. O'Neill again. Last time, not O'Neill. Grosser again. Last time she threw it straight into the middle. Again, she's come out to this side. Again, she throws it towards the middle. This time, he blocks it. Not quite sure why she does that. You're either going to throw it straight in or straight down the line, or yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Molly's tried to come in. She probably hasn't had a throw since she's actually come on, to be fair. But tried to throw it from 9 and go down the line. Well, missed by a long way with the return. Amelia Hart throwing it from 1 straight into 4, taken by Neil. He's given it a bounce ball into that 3 area. He's done pretty well because past Martin, but Hart's there to clean up. She's again throwing it from 1 into 6, taken by O'Neill, puts it out to Smith. Smith going to throw this from 8. Throwing it across court to the 8 on the other side. And despite a little fumble, we've got it now with Grosser. He's going to throw this from 9. It's going to come all the way across to 9. Smith has it on the feet. She throws hers from 9 and throws it across to 8 and just about gets it through. So creates a bit of an issue there for Martin and Grosser. A minute to go. Grosser throwing this from 9. again, coming across court, getting it at 8 at the feet of Smith. No one else there. Smith now to throw this from 9. She tries to go down the line this time. Probably gets it at 2 and in the goals off the feet. Off the feet of Hart. And with 40 seconds to go, 45 seconds to go, I think that might be enough. Okay. Hart to throw this one. She goes across the court. Pretty good throw. Actually, it wasn't Hart, it was Grosser. Threw it from 1, got it across to about 3, but deflected out between Johansson and O'Neill, able to deflect. O'Neill now from 1. Going down the line, getting it into about 8, taken by Grosser. She's going to throw this from about 9. Gets it across the court, probably into 6. Missed by O'Neill, but Smith is there. It's rolling along the goal line, eventually taken by Johansson, who just pries it back and might get a lucky goal as a result. Threw it into about 2. Got the feet. No one really moved towards it. Got to the feet of Hart, who wasn't really prepared to take the throw. 17 seconds to go and this game's done. Grosso coming out to this side now, throwing it from 1, going across the back. But again, Johansson's there. High ball just to finish up. He stopped one before. He'll do it again. We've got 2 seconds on the clock, so maybe just enough. Well, the time clock doesn't run while the penalties are going. Again, it's Grosso coming from this side. No. This time she's gone the other side again. Back to the middle. And these, oh, he got his feet there, but it got through them. 2 seconds to go. It's done. They're not going to throw this ball. Boom. Final score as we look at it might be 8-6. It is 8-6 to the New South Wales Youth in a pretty entertaining game, to be fair. So that is our final game for today. We're off to dinner after a short, well, commentating for today. We're off to dinner after a short juniors game. And then we'll be back at 8 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. Now, remembering we might have to reset our clocks for the next day. Is that right? 8 o'clock is not really 8 o'clock. Is that right?
Daylight savings is a Saturday or Sunday.
I think it's Saturday. Saturday night, big fella. You better make sure you get up nice and early.
That's right. Computers help with time.
So that's the end of the commentary for today. But we will be back tomorrow morning. You can still watch the juniors games on television with no commentary. So this is Rob on behalf of Mikey saying good night from the sound.